everyone. My name is Janet Sager, and I'm the 4-H YPA in Gentry County. Today, we're going to learn about a very nutritious smoothie. So what you put into your body is very important. And so today, hopefully we can come up with some better ideas for smoothies than what you have used before. But first of all, before we start in making our smoothie, let us all stand and recite our 4-H pledge. And even those that are not in 4-H, you may join together too, and the pledge is right here. I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, my health to better living, for my club, my community, my country, and my world. You know, we as 4-Hers, when we say that pledge, we are promising to do a lot of different things. But one of them that is mentioned in the pledge is, I pledge my health to better living. So for us to have a better living, we need to learn to eat and to use some of the most nutritious foods that there are. And you can get some of that nutrition, very extra special nutrition, in our frozen fruits. And these are very important in our diet. You know, they say we need almost 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And this would be a good way to get part of your fruits in. Plus, you also can get some of your protein in. So, with that being said, let us move on to what the items are that we need for our demonstration today, or our nutrition. We need our blender, or you can use a food processor. We need some of these frozen fruits. These are just the ones that my family likes to put together in different things. Then we can add our liquid, and liquids you can add like soy milk or almond milk or skim milk, or you can even use things like coconut water. And if you're going to use a fruit juice, make sure your fruit juice does not have added sugar to it. So that's where you need to learn to read the back of your packages and so forth to see what that says that's in there. And usually it will say down here, like on this one is the raspberries, it says the total amount of sugar is 6 grams per serving, and a serving is 1 cup. But then it says includes 0 grams of added sugar. So none of these fruits are going to have added sugar in them. Then the other thing that we need to add is our frozen bananas for a thickener. Or you can use mangoes, or you can use avocados as a thickener, and it will just give your smoothie that extra creaminess that you like to have. Then also it might be wise to have some type of a powder, like a vanilla powder that you can, a protein powder that you can put into your smoothie, or they even have chocolate. And there's other things like, for instance, this one right here is one that I use, and it's called a Superfood Blend. And it has a lot of neat, has some really good nutritious things in there. We have oats in this, we have coconut, we have goji berries, we have a little bit of chocolate, we have a little bit of maple syrup powder. So I use something like this, but you could get like the protein vanilla or chocolate, whichever you would like. Then also you might want to put a little more flavor of something into it. And this might be a place that you can learn to kind of experiment just a little bit by using some different spices and so forth. All that I can say is if you use a spice, use it sparingly at first, and when you get the right kind of taste that you like, you'll know how much of an individual spice that you can put in. Maybe you're a chocolate lover and you would love to put cocoa in. Then you could put this baking cocoa, you put this powder into it. You could even use honey if you wanted it just a little bit sweeter, but not a whole lot, but yet you could use this. Also, one thing I use to just kind of change the flavor and change the texture of a smoothie is these flax and chia seed to go in and into your blender. It makes for kind of a different taste, and yes, you can kind of taste the things. But one thing I know that I forgot, and let me go to my refrigerator and I'll get it out. Thing for a thickener would be a banana. And I always freeze my bananas. Whenever they start to, I know I'm not going to be able to use all the bananas I need, I just slice them up and put them into a bag and put them in the freezer. This is your good thickener that you can use along with your mango. You can use the two together, or you can just use one or the other. The other thing that I use is a leafy green, and this happens to be spinach, of which is a very high, excellent source of vitamin K to keep your bones and keep you strong and your heart healthy. And it also is very, very rich in antioxidants. I know part of you are probably saying, oh, I don't like spinach. I don't like collard greens. I don't like kale. But believe me, if you just put a small amount of this into your blender, into your smoothie, you will not even begin to taste it. So I think I've gone over all the different ingredients that we can put together here today in this, in your blender. So let's start out by putting our liquid. And today I'm going to use milk. And so we need about 1 cup of milk to put into our blender. So we'll put that in. So then the next thing that we will put in will be our thickener. And today I'm going to use just bananas. And I will show you, I just take and I just slice up the bananas and put them in a bag and just drop them into the freezer. And they will stay fine for whatever you're wanting to use them for. If you want to use them for a banana bread or a banana cake, you're welcome to do that. So we'll put those, that's about a good size of a banana. That may have been just a shade more than what we really needed, but we will see. So. There we go. We're getting it started now. It's really good if you start out with your liquid first and then start adding your frozen items as you go, because if you get too much of a frozen item into the blender, it has a hard time of getting all of that mixed together. So if you do each one of the steps and put the frozen fruit in, it will work a lot better. Okay, now we're going to add some of this spinach leafy greens. And I'm going to take about, that many, maybe a few more, and just think of all the healthy stuff. And even if you just don't like spinach, you're going to love it in this smoothie. We'll put our lid back on, and always make sure you keep your hand on top of your blender. As you can see, it's just all mixing together. Well, right now we have a little bit of a green look to our smoothies. So today I think I'm going to use strawberries, and we need about a half a cup of strawberries. These are flash frozen strawberries, so there are no added sugars to this. So there's about a half a cup of strawberries in there, and there's only 50 calories in a serving size, of which it's a cup, and I only used a half a cup, so that's half of the fruit for half of the calories, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Then let's add some blueberries. Let's add about a half a cup of blueberries. And again, blueberries only have 70 calories in a 1 cup serving. So we're doing a half a cup of that. So let's blend those together. So if you think you need to, you can go down on the sides and make sure everything is getting mixed together. Looks like it's doing really good. Okay, now the next thing would be your protein powder. So like I said, I'm going to use this because this is what I had on hand. And the fruits that I had were what I had on hand. I'm going to put about a tablespoon, well, maybe a tablespoon and a half of that. And in this, remember, it has your goji berries, it has oats, it has a lot of really, really good things for you. So, okay, let's mix this up. Okay, oh, it's getting really nice and creamy. Just right to be drinking. Not too thick, but just right. Okay, now, maybe we want to add a little bit of, you might want to add a little bit of this. I'm going to add just a little bit of honey, just a little bit. Don't need much. And I'm going to add some of my chia seeds. I think I better take the top off and just use it that way instead of, because this is like sprinkling. So I'm going to use about half a tablespoon of this. We're closer to a tablespoon to that. Okay. And now we have all of our ingredients into our blender. So let's turn it on and give it one more good blend. Okay. And this is our smoothie. So I've got us a glass. I'm going to pour some beautiful, beautiful. Look how thick and creamy that smoothie is. There you go. And there's your smoothie for the day. I know there's a lot of other things that you possibly could have picked to have put into it. I know if you love your yogurt, you can put yogurt into it. But please, when you get your yogurt, make sure you check it for its sugar level and some other things, but especially if it's had added sugar. Your Greek yogurt would be a more yogurt that you should use, a more plain yogurt, I guess is what I'm saying, with not much of it, nothing added to it. And that's when, if you use a Greek yogurt, you might want to use about a good teaspoon or a little more of honey, and that kind of flavors that yogurt and gives it the taste that you like. It's not quite like the just plain yogurt taste. So I know there's a lot more things that you can put together, that you can put pineapple in there. You can also get what they call mixed berries, and you can put those in there. So see, there's a lot of variations, but I guess the main thing I want you all to remember is to look and see if there's added sugar, and to use the things that will really make a smoothie kind of a rich and creamy type smoothie as this is. So by using your flash frozen fruit and then using your other combinations, and try to work some kind of leafy greens into your smoothie, I guarantee you will not taste them. This is all I have for today, but hopefully we'll see you again soon. Have a great one. Bye.